What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here. We have some crashes and close calls. The point of this is that if you're a brand new rider, we're going to go over these crashes and close calls so that you understand how it happened so you don't make the same mistakes again. So if you're brand new, pay attention to these videos because it's super important. This is a video from, I think, 4 years ago for MotoStars. So let's take a look.
The driver, despite noticing the
Live Free Moto.
and still stays on his side of the road.
Can't even be bothered to turn her head. Nope. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't do that. So we're going to go heavily. I don't think this is a good video for it, but we're going to go heavily into the plan method. This is a method that I developed. It's based on the OODA loop of observe, orient, decide, and act. I just switched observe and orient around. So position for safety is the orient. Let's go back. Locate hazardous situations is observe. Assess relevant threats is deciding. And then acting is the navigation of active threats. So I didn't just make it up. I took it from actual situational awareness training, and I wanted to make it specifically for motorcycle riders. So we're going to be focused heavily on this right now. This is an active threat. So what can we do to put ourselves into a new position for safety? Is that we can either emergency accelerate out, but I think this is a good spot for us to apply the brakes and maybe even move over towards this side to give ourselves that space cushion. So let's go ahead and take a look at some other videos. A lot of drivers don't look, so this is why it's important for us to be paying attention and doing stuff ourselves to get ourselves out of the dangers. Another point of contention here that I like to point out is, and I like saying point, so point. We have patterns. Okay, so if you're a brand new rider, maybe you're just kind of like, hey, I'm focusing heavily on how to make this bike go. Well, after you get past the make the bike go thing, you start to recognize the same situations over and over again. And I've watched probably 10,000 of these videos. I've got 3,500 videos on my YouTube channel. And there's probably like 30, 40 clips of this stuff in every video. So anyways, right here, this is a pattern that we see. There's a couple patterns, open lane pattern. That's what this one is. And then there is also this side of the vehicle pattern. Hopefully we can see that at some point. But this is an open lane pattern. And what we have here is a bunch of vehicles, and a big open lane. Okay? So, yeah, they're not supposed to cross that solid white line, but if you've been driving any length of time, you recognize people just do whatever they want to do. So, big concern here is that anybody might want to go into the shorter line. That's the concern. Now, it's not a big deal, okay, for normal reasons, but we're riding and we're getting up to here. So if somebody does peek out, they're going to possibly collide with us at any moment of this time. The only time that you're truly safe or in a position for safety is when you are finally parked off to the sides behind the vehicle and nobody can sneak out on you. So watch out for these big open lines and these big lines. There you go. Jeez, I can't talk. In a big open lane. This is at an intersection, but it can happen while everyone's traveling too. So let's see if we see any of those during this video. We can point them out a little bit more. Didn't check his blind spot. Okay. We're going to turn off, I'm assuming here. The person is coming over. Stop fighting for the lane. I don't want you, if you're a new rider, don't fight for the lane. That car will win no matter what. Car's going to win. Doesn't matter what kind of car. It could be the smallest car on the road. It's still heavier than you. And so the heaviness of it is going to hit you over. It's like me wrestling a sumo wrestler. I'm just not going to win. He's just going to knock me out. It's going to feel like an immovable object. And he's going to feel that I'm just a movable object. So if you get yourself into this situation, they start to creep out. That's one thing I notice whenever I'm riding is you start to recognize when the tire crosses the line first before you recognize the person's coming into your lane. Okay? So when I see the tire crossing a line, that means they're coming into my lane. At this point, I have a couple options. I can emergency accelerate out, but now I'm going to be super close to that white vehicle, or I can apply the brakes and just let them in. I'm just going to apply the brakes and let them in. Just going to do it. Not a big deal. I'm not going to worry about the horn, not going to worry about nothing. Apply the brakes and let them in. I'm not going to get up to here because now they could just boop, keep going. Here we go. Look twice. Let's see. Roundabouts are dangerous. Okay. Not a big deal there. You just went around it. They stopped. They just stopped a little bit late. A little scary. A little pucker factor. The junction He's notorious for red light runners or blockers. Okay. That's an awkward intersection. We have a few weird ones in Tucson. I think it's on like 22nd and it's next to the Target. Okay. 8. If it's green does not mean you have to go. You don't have to. If it's not safe for you to do something, just don't do it. So we're coming up to here. It's not really safe. That person is going to you don't know what's going through the head. They might want to just gun it so they can get out of the intersection. They don't want to stop in the intersection. And so then if you're doing this, you're getting in between, it's going to scare the crap out of them. You could have just waited a little bit more for them to get out. That's all. 8.
This is one of the worst things
Ooh,
that
construction.
happened to a biker going back to
Ducati NYC vlog. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, it's a 4-year-old video.
Fell over.
Uh-oh.
That fell over on that rock.
Uh-oh. Was he sliding this whole time? Like, what's going on? Oh.
I really hope nothing broke.
Oh, it just fell. It's a bad feeling. Yeah, take pictures.
Oh, that's cool.
Video.
My bike fell over.
Because you never know if like somebody knocked it over. Maybe there's some footage around. If there's like major damage, you could still contact your insurance, pay the deductible. Hopefully, get it paid to fix. They might want to do an investigation, so they have cameras they can look up and find out, get some license plate, whatever. Oh, that's probably gonna be it right there. Oh no, that's just leaking. No, that's the side stand. So the side stand, one thing that you got to watch out for is fresh asphalt on a hot day, specifically. Your side stand, especially if it's like super narrow, it will sink in. Also watch out for like dirt. If you're parking like on a dirt road or if it's not hard packed, it can just sink in. And then once it gets going, the bike falls over. So, like those little pucks, those little side stand pucks that are like super wide, they're like this. And you can put it down and then put your side stand on the puck. Those help out with the surface area. That helps out a lot. Yeah, you got to watch out for that. All right, here we go. Let's take a look. We're passing. Hey, I want to point out, we just did an open lane pattern. We don't want to be stuck behind the bus. We see an open lane right here. We're going to go and switch over to the open lane. Based on the camera angle, it looks like he's looking into his mirrors, so at least he's doing that. I didn't see a head check, but we're doing the open lane pattern. So it's a human behavior. It's not just car drivers. We do it naturally. Hopefully, as motorcycle riders, since we're more vulnerable, we're doing a mirror check and a head check before we switch lanes. Okay? So he's doing the open lane pattern. So we switch lanes. And we're lane splitting between a bus. Okay? We're not paying attention to that. A little zoned out. Didn't see that. Made no evasive maneuvers. Didn't see any braking. So that tells me completely oblivious to what's happening. And I want to point out some extra context, maybe not for this incident here, but this is what happens with drunk drivers. They just don't see. They don't see. That's why, like, when you see drunk driver T-boning a family, it's like, why were they going 60? Because they literally just, they don't even pay attention. It's like there's no skid marks for them trying to stop. There's nothing. They didn't swerve out of the way. It's just a straight collision. Because they might see it, but then they're like, their delayed reaction time, they hit before they can actually do something because it's such delay. Same thing with drowsy driving. So bass covers. Yeah. So did he fall asleep? Same thing with drowsy driving and drowsy riding. So if we take a look at this, it's at night. Usually drunk drivers, night, maybe tired, maybe got off a long shift, maybe not paying attention, messed them up. Or he just straight up didn't see it. Oh, there's a little bit of braking towards the end. Hopefully you're wearing gear.
doesn't look good when a biker loses their gear when riding.
Uh-oh, losing gear. So apply the brakes, put side stand down, put it in neutral, or just turn it off. Oh, lost a shoe. Did we lose a shoe? Oh, it's because you're wearing flip-flops, dude. Guys, I really, this is kind of funny. You see the caricature on the ground and the way he's walking and the way the character looks? It looks like he's walking just like that. I don't know. I find funny things out in the wild. Don't wear flip-flops. Don't wear flip-flops. That's not gear. It's a sandal. Wear some gear. Don't do that. We're just gonna pad this video, Motostars. We're just gonna let it run, let it play. Okay, here we go. Life on Yamaha YZ FR 125. Having some fun. Little 125s are fun. Zoom, 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 zoom. All right. Oh. Hey, big trucks they go wide on turns. It's not a big deal. Don't be so close. Wait. Is this the UK or wherever? For those of you that are international and everything, I know there's L plates on motorcycle riders. Is this an L plate on a truck driver? Do they do L plates too for truck drivers and car drivers? Not just motorcycle riders? I didn't know if that was the case. I didn't know they did that. Oh, they do? Hey, cool. I learned something new today. All right, so group ride, pretty chill. We're all making turns, very good. Talking on our Cardo Pack Talk edges, you know. Oh, guys, this is why. I don't like. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of such big group rides that we need to have somebody in the intersection blocking traffic so that everyone can go. I don't like it. Yeah, he's trying to be a blocker. I don't like it. If not everyone can get through, I get it. I get why. But if not everybody can get through the intersection, okay. That's why I was saying talk on your cardos. Like, hey, we got stuck at the intersection. We'll meet you at the end point. So at the beginning of a ride, hopefully you guys have an end point. And it's like, now it's 2 groups. Not a big deal. And if it gets broken up to 3 or 4 throughout the ride, that's perfectly fine. You at least know where to end up. You at least know where to go. But you can tell each other that on your Cardo Pack Talk edges. There's a link in the description for 10% off. I don't like that because this could possibly happen. I don't want this happening. What if it's a group of 300 riders? So for me, I come from firefighting. We talk about span of control. Okay. So one leader or captain can really control 3 to 7 people max. So if it's one captain for one person, it's a waste of the leadership skills. So you try to give 3 people to one captain or one leader so that one person can delegate things to 3 different people. But max is 7. Once you get past 7, you can't control everybody. You can't delegate enough. It's too much. And so I come from that line of service where span of control 3 to 7. So if it's a big group ride, let's say it's a big fire and there's 100 firefighters, well, one ride leader can't control 100 people. One chief can't control 100 people. He controls 3 to 7 assistant chiefs. These assistant chiefs control 3 to 7 captains. These 3 to 7 captains for each one controls the rest of the firefighters. So it's a pyramid type thing, all of delegation. So when it comes to like a big group ride, you need to have multiple road captains that has their own small group of people. And so then those road captains talk to a small group of other leaders. And that's why I think there needs to be more structure in a lot of these group rides, especially at these big group rides. And communication is one of the big ones. So I feel like with a group of 300 people is a lot. It's a lot of people. Let's just go to 30. If there's 30 people, then there should be like 5 to 7 leaders, and the rest of those people are attached to those leaders, and those leaders are the ones that know, like those 5 to 7 leaders are the ones that know where the end thing is or where we're going. Then they tell their people, but then they're in charge of their 3 to 7, 3 to 7, 3 to 7, 3 to 7, 3 to 7. And then you guys just go. So if it gets broken up, well, you have a leader that knows where they're going, and we're going. It's just it's impossible to have one person direct 30 to 300 people. That's why you see the mob rides. People are just acting out, freelancing everywhere. Yeah, even 10 people is not easy to handle for one person. Oh! What happened? Write in the comments. Yeah, big events, police escorts are really important. All right, so probably trying to make a right-handed turn. Couldn't make it. Started panicking, slammed the front brake, dumped the bike. Yeah, blocking at night is just... Unless you have like... Give me a seizure. What's up with the music?
We've got
All
another
right.
situation here where
Cool Breeze Rider, how you doing? Oh, it's a 4-year-old video. You used to see him all the time. Oh, what the heck? What happened? Did you just fall over? New rider mistakes, slow speed maneuvers to get yourself from a stop to make a right-handed turn. Guess how you can practice that, everybody? Using the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills I developed. There's me on the back side. And what it is 10 cones placed. There's a dimensions and setup section right there. You only have to set up the cones once. Use a QR code if you want to scan that and watch me do it. And you can do 24 different designs all the way from beginner, easy, moderate, hard, and expert mode. Practice in a parking lot. You don't need a big space. Have some fun so that you don't make mistakes like this trying to go cruising out slowly. You're going to be able to go crazy slow.
There, I got you, bro.
There you go. See, I like it that Cool Breeze ran. All these people just stood and watched.
Oh, hold on. All right.
They just stood and watched. He went to help. I love that. All right, here we go. Open lane pattern to the left. Not a big deal, though, because we're making a right-handed turn. So we're going through this intersection right here. Nice and easy. Hopefully there's no gravel or anything like that. That person's going to intersect with us. They got in front of us. Not a big deal. They're going to go ahead and do that. We just moved out of the way. Not a big deal. Moved on. We had a little render error there. That's why I turned green for a split second. And we're going to go ahead and accelerate out. Who cares? Happens. All right, here we go. Anybody coming around this corner? We don't know that. We're going to maybe... Ooh, lost a little traction there and went a little bit wide. Check your pants after that one. Maybe take it easy on the rest. Here we go.
Blocking the lane with many other...
We're in the blind spot of this red car. Open lane pattern to the left. That person wants to come over to your right. You're slowing it down. Not a big deal. Person behind you is pissed off that you did that. I don't care. Switched over. Very good. Give yourself a space cushion. Put yourself in a new position for safety. Move over. Move over. Very good. Not a big deal. Passing. Okay, watch out. There you go. Get back in your lane. You can't see what's around this corner coming up. You don't want to be making a passing movement for that. Person is acting kind of dumb. Once you start seeing stuff like this, roll off the throttle. Roll off the throttle. Maybe give it a little bit of brake. Just a tiny bit. You want to stay away from this idiot. You want to stay away. If a car comes around this corner and is a head-on collision with this truck with all these freaking leaves, guess what's going to happen? It's going to be an immediate stop of those two vehicles. And if you're super close to this person, you're going to be a part of the accident. If you see an idiot driving like this, just go ahead and roll off the throttle. If other people want to pass you and get close to the idiot, perfectly fine. I'm staying away. I'm staying away. Or on a straightaway, I'm getting ahead of them and going. But this right here, no. I want a space cushion away from this accident waiting to happen. And also debris falling off. That's not going to be a fun thing. Yeah. Yeah, final destination type stuff right there. Yeah, no. Roll off the throttle. Let it. See it right there. There you go. Straight away, get ahead of them. Get out of there. So you have to. Yeah, right there, though. That's a little scary because you're accelerating right before the turn. So as soon as you do that, apply some brakes and get ready to turn right. Get ready to turn right. He did good, though. That rider did good.
The man's aggressive behavior.
Oh, geez. Old man yelling at clouds.
Not licensed. No, you're supposed to be on the road.
Nice little pit bike.
You get
Yeah, just get out of there. Just get out of there. Who cares? You don't have to be a D-bag about it. Because then you have that. Just get out of there. No, don't be a... I said I like being a smart ass when it comes to people that are being idiots, but this is like being a douchebag. You guys get that? There's a difference between being a smart ass and a douchebag. This is like getting closer to douchebag.
Come on.
So I'm gonna skip it. Oh, braking. Good job with the emergency braking and then swerving out of the way. Why did that person stop? We don't know. But both those riders did really good. One swerved, one braked. That's all he had. Good job. Yeah. Shirtless man. This is a one-way road. Okay, people make mistakes. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Just move on. Looks like we're at a beach town, possibly. Yeah. Okay, so everyone's just kind of cruising. Why are they stopping? We don't know. We're just going to get around them. Not a big deal. Move on. Who cares? Who cares? You're just going to do the whole roundabout? Okay. Cuts off biker in front of me? Okay. No, it looks like they just turned. This person's kind of finding things. And like blowing them up. So remember, this was 4 years ago, back when motorcycle riders would purposely go out and ride to find close calls so that they could be on Moto Stars and Moto Madness and everything. I'm glad the culture shifted to where people are actually paying attention and like practicing their skills. I'm glad people aren't doing this stuff anymore. Okay, don't do that. Oh. The white guy, the guy in the white right here, he's kind of an ass. Kind of an ass. Didn't have to do that. But still, don't be passing on the right. Kind of a D-bag move. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, grab yourself a slice of pizza, and get out of here.